So you just go and do it. I mean, like the old Nike shoes ad, just do it, just do it. It
Welcome to Unstoppable Podcast with Harry Sardinas, inspiring conversations with influential millionaires, investors, thought leaders, entrepreneurs who are making a massive difference with their innovative products and services, and sharing the challenges and wisdom of how they sold their first million.
So, Matthew, tell us, what is the difference? Because one thing is to be an attorney, the other thing is to be an attorney and run a business. It's completely different hats that, and usually what we see in practices, law practices all over the world, mainly, right? I always hear the attorneys, the lawyers says, okay, all my clients comes from referral, right? Which is, I think that this is an amazing clue that the service of the practice is amazing, because if you have referral, it means that people are happy with the service and then bring you more people. But when it comes to business, you have a lot of marketing strategies that can be implemented, where you can actually, if the main source of a business is referral, what I would say is that business is leaving a lot of money on the table, plenty, maybe 90%, because there are more things that can be done to attract more clients, to sell more clients, and to grow this business faster. So, how has been your journey, removing your hat from attorney and wearing the hat of an entrepreneur, which is can be challenging, because I don't doubt that you're an amazing attorney, an amazing lawyer, but running a business and growing a business is completely different ball game, right?
Yes, it is, Harry. It's a big step to go from, excuse me, being
That
a
no more of your colleagues want to take anyway. Everyone
correct,
they want to become part of the firm. They're going to become co-partners. But hey, running this thing, no, somebody else, right?
correct. There's a big difference between being an attorney and just being an attorney, and being an attorney and also being an entrepreneur. So I used to just be an attorney, and I used to just focus on legal stuff, and I didn't have to worry about business development or anything associated with running a business. Then when I went out on my own, I had to not only do all the lawyer legal stuff, I had to learn
Learn, yeah.
through, various processes, trial and error, other things that I've done, how to run a business and be a successful business owner and entrepreneur, in order to then facilitate me doing that as being an attorney. So two totally different things, two totally different mindsets, two
Very
totally
difficult, Matthew, to learn. No, it's like you now want to tell me, Harry, learn how to be an attorney. I'm saying, no way, this is so difficult. I need to go to university to learn all this. So it's a big challenge if I had to learn how to be an attorney now. So in the same way, this challenge that you're taking, because okay, you're an attorney, but now you need to learn all these things that involve being an entrepreneur, running a business, which is a lot of new things that you have to embrace, learn, apply. And some of them maybe you like them, some of them maybe you don't like them. But as entrepreneurs, we either we like it or not. We need to know about everything. After we can decide how many people if we're gonna employ people in the task that are better than us, or we're gonna do it ourselves. But we do need to have a general knowledge of everything that's or basic knowledge of marketing, basic knowledge of sales, basic knowledge of taxes, basic knowledge, especially you guys, you're an attorney, so everything has to be clean and transparent and things like that. I mean, I'm not saying the other business, and they also have to be clean and transparent, but that also can affect your brand if somebody makes a mistake down the line that sometimes it's not even directly related to you. If somebody is doing the job, they did a bad job, it will have an impact on your reputation. So how you handle it, learning things that you don't like to learn, but you know that you have to learn anyway.
just go and do it. I mean, it sounds like It's unpleasant having to learn things that you don't necessarily want to learn. It's not fun. It's not entertaining, but you have to do it. So just go ahead and do it. I mean, there's only so much procrastination you can do. Procrastination's not good. I mean, you know what you have to do, particularly if you're an entrepreneur. You know what knowledge and information and skills you have to go out and get, earn, and hone. So you just go and do it. I mean, like the old Nike shoes ad, just do it, just do it. It put everything aside and just go ahead and do the work that needs to be done. I mean, plan it out so that way you're not just kind of jumping into or doing whatever, but put up together a plan and then execute on the plan.
Hmm. And how do you feel that when you're responsible that other people depend on you also? That is not about, because when you're an attorney and you are on your own or you're working for a company, okay, you depend on only if you make a mistake, only you will be uh, liable for it because you're on your own. But now, when you have people that depend on you or depend on your business, that if something goes wrong, it's not only you who get affected. All the people that work in your organization, that they have families and whatever get affected also. So, how you feel with this having responsibility as an entrepreneur, not only for yourself but for other people in your organization? I think that this is the main drive to keep your life learning, even if you don't like the things. Yeah, the big
Yeah.
sense of
Well,
responsibility.
yeah. I mean, it's obviously more pressure on you to have
Absolutely.
be accountable for more than just yourself. So that what's the whole entrepreneur business person mindset is that when you're going off on your own doing your own business, you're actually going to be more responsible to more people than just yourself. It's a lot harder to go run a business and do things than it is to just wait every 2 weeks and get a paycheck.
Mhm.
So, as part of that, you try to be as pragmatic as possible. Again, you go back to the planning that I talked about, and you go back to the execution on the planning, and you try to follow through and make sure that you execute properly so that you have as few issues as possible. Issues are going to arise no matter how pragmatic you are. When they do, make sure that you skillfully and swiftly and correctly address them so that those issues are resolved so that you can go back to your primary task of running your business. So that's what I would say to do.
So, Mati, what is your message? I have a deep understanding in the industry, in the industry of the law practice and the law firms, and it's my understanding that um, the general sense in the law practices is that we have a lot of attorneys running the business like attorneys, like lawyers, meaning they they do only the basics things that they can do. That's why they're getting all the clients for referrals only. They do an excellent job, and they just hope and pray that the client's gonna be happy, but then the client will refer someone, and this is not your control. If the friend can come next day, or can come next year, or can come after the next 5 years, but they only rely on this source of referrals, because again they don't want to embrace what you have done, which is do whatever it takes and learn marketing strategy, learn advertising strategy, learn how to deal with the tax and to all the mechanics that the business that growing a business take. And but sometimes we find this resistance, especially between attorneys, between lawyers, and it's not resistance. I understand it's really hard to learn all these other things that comes in the package to run a business. It's a lot of little things that you need to know about so many different topics, but that can create a massive difference. I think that what we found, I live in United Kingdom in London, what we found in the law firms there is just very few lawyers are running a business, for example, using AI, artificial intelligence tool to achieve productivity. Um, there are very few using cloud computing and way to do the documents and the contracts faster, right? So we find in all these law practices a lot of legacy, not only in terms of softwares and productivity tools, but also in terms of the people working in those institutions, that it's not that they don't want to change, it's that it's hard for them to change. After you have a way of working for 20 years, that you sit and you write the contract in the typewriter or in the computer, and you do it in your own way. And yeah, maybe it's gonna take you 2 days or one day to 3 days to do it. But now embrace a new technology that after 1 hour you give the parameters and can lay out a spotless contract. And a lot of people in your industry are resistant to embrace the new technology. And the issue is that those ones that they are more willing to learn and they are more flexible to learn is the people that are the business that actually are going to succeed. On the other hand, we have some cases, some states in US it's happened to come to my knowledge that, and correct me if I'm wrong, I've been told that in order for you to run a law business, a law practice, you have to be a lawyer. But there are certain states already in the United States that have approved that you don't need to be a lawyer in order to run a law firm. And this, in my opinion, becomes a problem for attorneys, lawyers like you running businesses, because now they're bringing entrepreneurs that, hey, they don't know anything about law, but you know what? They know a lot about marketing, they know a lot about sales, they know about how to run a business, they know how to employ the best minds and the best lawyers in the planet, they know how to run this structure. How do you think that this, I don't think that is in all the states of the United States, but I'm aware that in some of them, they already allowing people that they are not lawyers to run businesses. Do you think that this is fair?
Well, Harry, I know it's there's very few states that have allowed non-attorneys to actually own law firm. Let's say own as opposed to run. Okay, own
And
law
do you
firm.
think it's fair?
Look, if you're looking at a law firm as a business, is it fair? Yes, it's fair if you're looking at it as a business. If you're looking at it as an organization of professionals who provide a service, having someone who doesn't know how to provide that service at the head of the thing, that's not necessarily is a great thing. But I mean, it's a balancing between the two. So, like I was saying, there's very few states that allow that right now. And the trend, there's obviously the trend is they want to open it up and make sure that non-attorneys can own law firms in addition to running them. There's a lot of law firms that are, I'm in Florida, they're all attorney owned, but they have non-attorneys who actually run the business practice, that's commonplace, particularly with personal injury law firms and other volume law firms like that, like traffic law, criminal law practice, things like that. They have dedicated people who are non-attorneys doing their business development, running their business things. So that's already in place. Is it fair? I mean, look, if you're, like I said, if you're going to look at it as a business marketplace, obviously the best businesses are going to succeed and the non-best businesses are not going to succeed. So it doesn't matter if you're the best attorney in the world. If you're a terrible business person and you're out on your own and you don't have someone shielding you from the business and you have to go earn the business yourself or do something, you're not going to do too well. So it kind of weeds out non-entrepreneurs from the system and kind of makes people who, if you don't want to get into the business practice of law, then you can go work at a firm. It's fine. There's no problem. You just be an attorney. You don't do any business development or whatever. And then the people who want to do the business development can go do the business and work with non-attorneys if they want, or just work with attorneys to do the business development and to own the law firms.
Follow us for more interviews with world's most influential, audacious entrepreneurs that overcame challenges and adversity, providing you with the blueprint of how they sold their first million so you can grow your business exponentially.